And the swordsman said unto him, My master, every slave who acts contrary to the word of his master is killed, and I have acted contrary to your command. Then the king said unto him, Woe unto you, Abu Samik! In what way have you acted contrary to my command? And the swordsman said unto him, My lord, you commanded me to kill Ahikar, and I knew that you would change your mind concerning him, and that he had been wronged. And I hid him in a certain place, and I killed one of his slaves, and he is now safe in the cistern. And if you command me, I will bring him to you. And the king said unto him, Woe to you, Abu Samik! You have mocked me, and I am your lord. And the swordsman said unto him, No, but by the life of your head, my lord, Ahikar is safe and alive. And when the king heard what he was saying, he felt sure of the matter, and his head swam, and he fainted from joy, and he commanded them to bring Ahikar. And he said to the swordsman, Trusty servant, if your speech is true, I would pleased and obliged to enrich you, and exalt your dignity above that of all your friends. And the swordsman went along rejoicing until he came to Ahikar's house. And he opened the door of the hiding place, and went down and found Ahikar sitting, praising God and thanking him. And he shouted to him, saying, Ahikar, I bring the greatest of joy and happiness and delight. And Ahikar said to him, What is the news, Abu Samik? And he told him all about Pharaoh from the beginning to the end. Then he took him and went to the king. And when the king looked at him, he saw him in a state of need, being bereft, and that his hair had grown long like that of the wild beasts, and his nails were like the claws of an eagle, and that his body was dirty with dust, and the color of his face had changed and faded, and was now like ashes. And when the king saw him, he sorrowed over him, and rose at once, and embraced him, and kissed him, and wept over him, and said, Praise be to God who has brought you back to me. Then he consoled him and comforted him, and he stripped off his robe and put it on the swordsman, and was very gracious to him, and gave him great wealth, and made Ahikar recuperate. Then Ahikar said to the king, Let my lord the king live forever. These are the deeds of the children of the world. I have raised me a palm tree, that I might lean on it, and it bent sideways and threw me down. But my lord, I am in your presence, and do not want to make you sad. And the king said to him, Blessed be God, who showed you mercy, and knew that you were wronged, and saved you and rescued you from being killed. But go to the warm bath, and shave your head, and cut your nails, and change your clothes, and amuse yourself for the space of 40 days, that you may do good to yourself and improve your condition, and so the color of your face may come back to you. Then the king stripped off his costly robe and put it on Ahikar. And Ahikar thanked God and bowed to the king and departed to his home, glad and happy, praising the Most High God. And the people of his household rejoiced with him, and his friends and everyone who heard that he was alive rejoiced also. And he did as the king commanded him, and took a rest for 40 days. Then he dressed himself in his gayest dress, and went riding to the king with his slaves behind him and before him, rejoicing and delighted. But when Nadin, his sister's son, found out what was happening, fear took hold of him in terror, and he was confused, not knowing what to do. When Ahikar saw it, he entered into the king's presence and greeted him. And he returned the greeting, and made him sit down at his side, saying to him, My beloved Ahikar, look at these letters which the king of Egypt sent to us, after he had heard that you were dead.